I'm here to tell you that your past does not define your future. Hey, this is Anthony Trucks with Trust Your Hustle. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a video. Also go to my website and check out all the other stuff I do there. Before you go there though, I want to talk to you about a very unique situation that a lot of people deal with. Now, in my life, there's a lot of things people don't know about me, but I started my life with a very negative experience. I was put into foster care by the one woman who loved me the most, or so I thought. And it was a person I had a great love for, my mom. And it got to the point where she no longer wanted me around for whatever reasons, and I was placed into foster care with other families who really didn't care much more about me than making sure I didn't die so they could get their paycheck, to be honest. I was put into situations where I was starved. I was not allowed to eat. I had to steal food. I would have to chase chickens in order just to earn my meal, so to speak, for that evening. There's places where I was beaten. There was times in my life before the age of 6 where I thought that being beaten heavily was normal. I thought it was everybody experienced. And that was, nothing in comparison to certain forms of torture I would experience. This is all before 6, a feeling that makes you feel like you just don't belong here, like nobody cares about you, you are worthless. And that is what I experienced, that is what I felt. These are emotions that are hard for me to dig into, to be honest. It's the first time I've put this on camera in this capacity, and it's something that's easy. It's nothing that's easy just to put out there and to share, but the reality is someone will hear this, you will hear this, it'll speak to you, and you'll be able to learn something from it. So that's the whole purpose, I believe, as to why these things happen to me. So as I start talking about your past and defining your future, that was my past. And if you know that past just on paper, you don't know this person to potentially be able to play in the NFL or own a business or not beat his wife or not beat his kids or to be I would say, a drain on society. And those are the things that I want to share with you, the points and the reasons and the aspects of why that has taken place in my life. First thing is to realize that situations in life, these things that take place, your past and your future in terms of what the past is, there are good parts and bad parts. Now the good parts of your past is essentially your past on defining your future. Is just because something great happened doesn't mean you have an amazing future. There are people who had amazing upbringings or had amazing businesses they built, but the future is not defined solely by that past. You can fail even if you had a great successful upbringing or great success in the past. So realize you always must work for the great, for the good, for the positive, because if you don't, it can all go backwards. Then you have what this video is really mostly about, is the people who've experienced something in their life or done something in their life or whatever may have happened that the past would depict a negative future. I'm telling you right now, your past does not have to define that, but you have to realize that there are good and there are bad situations. In the bad ones, there's steps in how to move past. The first step is to realize this. You get to choose your response to every single situation that happens. Everything. No matter what happens, you get to choose a response that comes out of it from you. If somebody hits you, you don't have to hit them. If you lose your business, you don't have to go into a ball of craziness and start drinking and doing drugs. There's things that you can do based on these negative things that happen to you, but you have to realize that you get to choose, and you must choose the right way. The third thing, how you see yourself or see this past will define the future for you. So if you see yourself doing something negative or experiencing something negative and think you are negative, that will define how you see your future to be. For me, for a long time, I felt like I just wasn't good enough for this world. I wasn't good enough to be in the same world as you or breathe your same air. I felt small and insignificant. I felt like I was nothing. And so the reality is as long as I saw myself that way, I would never think I was worthy to push into something greater. So for you, no matter what you've done, how bad, you must see that differently in a sense of you are valuable enough to have something great in your life. Because how you see the situation, see your past, will define the future you make for yourself. Number 4, people can change. Now, a lot of people will tell you, I don't believe people can change. I believe people vastly can change. This can mean people that do harm to you, the way they've changed themselves can happen. They can't be forced to change, but I believe people truly can change. It's a long, age story of the bully who's a bully as a kid and grows up to apologize to everybody they bullied, These things happen, and who you are years in the past is not who you have to be. So people can change. Also, you, yourself, you can change. You may have done some things in the past that you may not be proud of, or maybe you experienced some things, or you saw something, you didn't make the right decision. Whatever took place, you can change how you operate as a person from this point forwards. You must drop the ego, accept your fault, and push into the new direction, and that can be the vast change you make for yourself. But the big thing is when you choose to change, I say when, do not solely do it for everybody else. Do it so that when you look in the mirror, you're looking at a person that you respect every night before you go to bed. A person that you believe in that can do the things that you think you can do. Because if you get to the point where you realize that I am not the person that is this past person, you want to change as somebody else, once you know that, you must do it for yourself. The change has to be intrinsic. When it becomes intrinsic, it becomes easy to do for the rest of the world to see. Then everybody else's judgments of whether you have or haven't changed become irrelevant because you know that you have changed. The fifth and final point, this is the most important one. It is one thing to know the things I just told you. It's one to know them in your brain. It's a whole other thing to know it in your heart, to know it in your soul, like to know that you are not that person, to know that person didn't, do this to you because you were a bad person. It's one thing to logically hear me say these words, and you can probably repeat them back, but if you don't feel it deep inside of your soul, that to be a reality, to be a truth, then nothing else matters. You can know it all day, but that feeling is what will come out of you in your actions, in how you see yourself and how you pursue things and how you think you can have a great future. So as I sit here and talk to you now, as you listen to my words, do not just take them as words. Do not. Take them as specific things that can be feelings for you. Things you translate in the way you actually feel about yourself, who you are, and what you are set in this world to accomplish for yourself. I hope this video helped you. It's one that was, I would say, emotionally tough for me to share, but I think it needed to be shared because I know that you may need this and someone you know may need this. The world needs to hear this, so it had to come out. There's a lot more that comes behind me as a person and my soul and my beliefs. If you want to know more, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every single night called my Nightly 90 to share thoughts and ideas and just a million things that come into my brain on a daily basis. Also, when you get a chance, go to my website. My website, there's a lot of different things I share. I share a lot of free content, free videos, workbooks and worksheets and PDF and different documents, but it's all there in a place where you can get it directly from me. And in order to do it, you gotta put your name and email into it. But there's a lot of things I also share privately with just my email group. It's like my core, my group of what I call my hustlers, based on my concept, my company called Trust Your Hustle. And you will only get those insights if you're on the email list. So again, I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember, you can trust your hustle to live an unexpected life.